I hate to tell you, but it is that time of year again. That's right. Tax season is upon us. This year comes with some changes as you file. So Kevin Robinson with Robinson Tax and Accounting Services, Ryan Dodson from Stanaland, Dodson and Associates CPAs. They're both here to answer your questions and to explain what you need to know before you file taxes. Now we're taking your questions all throughout the next 30 minutes. We want you to text those questions to the number that's on the screen right now, 336-379-5775. Your questions are anonymous, but they do get answered in real time here. Okay. Easy softball question, Ryan Dodson. When's tax day?
Tax day is April the 15th this year. It's going to be a regular date. So we're looking forward to that. No extra days to tax season. So April 15th is the deadline. Now, the great news is that the IRS starts filing taxes on the 29th.
Okay, so we've got a little screen for that too. We want to make sure that you know that the IRS starts accepting tax returns on the 29th. So we want to be able to put that up there because you might have all of your paperwork together and you might say, when can I file taxes at the very beginning? They start taking them on the 29th. What happens, Kevin, when they start opening that up for when the IRS is accepting tax returns?
Well, as we kind of talked by email earlier this afternoon, Tanya, Ryan had a good point. If people have all their tax documents, then they should, if they're able to file with their tax software, to go ahead. And once it's opened up, then it's like a first come, first served basis. And once the e-file systems open up, then of course it's just a matter of time getting e-file acknowledgments from the IRS in the state of North Carolina.
Okay. Just a matter of acknowledgments. So Ryan, that kind of differs between the IRS and usually the state.
So typically, North Carolina is considered a carryback state. So when a tax return is filed, it goes to the IRS first. And once the IRS says, hey, look, we're going to take your tax return, we're going to start processing it, then they send it over to the state of North Carolina, who then does the same thing. They take a look at it, they go, all right, well, we're going to accept this, we're going to start processing the tax return. So we typically get acknowledgments back from the federal and the state government, but it's almost always the state after the federal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And so the refund then also takes a little time. IRS about like 3 weeks or so. The state 4 weeks or so, that kind of thing. Not too unusual, right, Kevin?
Yes, that's right, Tanya. And of course, the state has the ID program in place for identity theft. So it takes around 4 weeks or more for all that to channel through the process.
Yeah, and sometimes it can take up to that 12 weeks. I know we've had a lot of people kind of talk about that in years past. We'll see what happens this year. All right, let's talk about the child tax credit. The child tax credit has changed some. It's expanded some. So Ryan, let's kind of talk about what does this mean when the child tax credit is changed some?
So with the recent government expansion, or not expansion, but extension, I should say, they made a couple changes to the child tax credit. And the most significant one is that there is a refundable portion of it. So typically the child tax credit is $2,000. However, if you don't have enough income to qualify for that, you can get a refundable portion up to $1,600. Well, the government has now extended that up to $1,800 for this year, $1,900 for 2024, and they've also indexed the child tax credit to inflation for years going forward. So it's going to grow as we go down the road. So it's really great that the refundable portion of the child tax credit is much larger this year than it has been in the past.
Okay, but the standard is still $2,000.
Correct.
Okay,
the standard is still $2,000.
Okay, we just want to make sure that folks know that. All right, so Kevin, let's talk about some home improvement tax credits that we might be able to look at. Anytime if you buy like an Energy Star like washer or dryer or HVAC unit or something big that really sets you back, maybe even some windows, that kind of stuff, you might be able to really cash in this year. Tell us why.
Well, it's a good thing too, Tanya, because if they buy it after December 31st, 2022 and before January the 1st, 2033, they may be eligible for Energy Star expenditures, doors, windows, heating and cooling system. And where it was normally a lifetime credit of a lot lower amount in prior years, it's an annual credit anywhere from $1,200 to $3,200. So basically that can, work down their tax bill. And also, obviously, if they need a new heater or furnace, makes it a little more palatable to go do it, knowing there's a tax credit they can get on their return for the year installed.
Okay. All right. So what you need to do is you need to look at your receipts from all the stuff that you bought last year, right? And make sure that it's got that Energy Star. Or this year, if you're doing those improvements, you need to keep those receipts so that you can do it for next year. Either way, that's a whole lot of money, because can't you even deduct the labor part of it, Kevin?
That's part of the installation process. Yes.
Okay, great.
So yes. And keeping all those records are with the contractor, giving them to you when they install it. Yes, keep up with that for tax purposes.
All right. One last thing before we head to break, and then when we come back from break, we're taking all those questions. Ryan, the standard deduction has changed. It's gone up. Is that correct?
Correct. It's one of those things that's indexed to inflation. So when there's a lot of inflation, it goes up a great bit. So this upcoming year, $27,700 if you are married. And this is one thing that will keep on growing as inflation continues.
Okay, and so right now we've got it up there so you can see that married has been bumped up to 27, singles been bumped up to 13.8, singles over 65 have a little bit different value, and head of household has a little bit different value as well. It's what, between a change of maybe $2,000 or so?
Yeah, it went up just over $1,000 this year.
Okay.
It was a pretty good increase.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. We've got plenty of questions, but we don't want to stop the questions. So continue to text 336-379-5775. It's all your questions when we come back.